Good morning, everybody, here on TYT Sports. First off, a big shout out to the Big Three and also Peter Axman for hooking me up with this because, look, if you are a basketball fan, if you're a sports fan, you know who this iconic figure is. I hope the microphone isn't catching it. These characters are fucking awesome. So, thank you very much, guys. In baseball, we had two aces going at it last night, not against each other, but if the season did end today, they would go up against one another. And those men are Corey Kluber, who went up against the Colorado Rockies, and Chris Sale, who went up against the Tampa Bay Rays. Starting with Corey Kluber, his breaking ball is freaking devastating. He leads Major League Baseball in not only swings and misses from the curveball, but also the batting average against is under 100. I believe it was .093 as well. Some of these statistics of what has gone into not only his return from a back injury, but also why he is, as of right now, up for the Cy Young in the American League are as follows. Coming back from this back injury, he has been awesome. Now, he went 9 last night, had 11 strikeouts for the 5th straight game. The record is Pedro Martinez with 8 straight games in Boston, and I believe that was 1999. But what Corey Kluber has done for this ball club, going 9 last night, only having about 115, 116 pitches. Terry Francona wanted to see him finish, but the thing was, he wasn't going to get the win. He was not in line to get a win. And I know wins and losses are a little jaded, and there are many other statistics and sabermetrics that we should pay attention to instead of wins and losses. He was not in line to get a win, which for Chris Sale, which I'll get to in a moment, is huge, as he could become the first pitcher since, I believe, 2011, when Verlander and Kershaw won the pitcher's triple crown. So the numbers for Corey Kluber are staggering. He retired 14 straight against Colorado, one of those being Carlos Gonzalez. I'm going to get into him in just a moment. 13th straight game with 8 straight strikeouts. Incredible. 4th complete game, 2nd back-to-back complete game as well. He is number 2 in ERA, number 3 in strikeouts. And here is the line from ESPN. In his past 13 starts, Kluber is 7-1 with a 1.70 ERA, 472 OPS allowed, and 142 strikeouts in 95 1/3 innings pitched. Of course, OPS is on base plus slugging. Those numbers for a lot of hitters are well above 850, 870, and yet he's holding hitters to a 472 OPS. Unbelievable. So he is, as of right now, number 2 in the American League Cy Young race, and that is because when the Boston Red Sox acquired Chris Sale for an arm and a leg, and they helped the White Sox bolster their farm system, and man, has general manager Rick Hahn done an incredible job with the White Sox, going from arguably one of the worst, if not the worst, farm system to a number 1, if not top 3 farm system. So Chris Sale also dominant last night. In his last start, he went 5 innings, 7 earned runs against Cleveland. He even said that he was off, and obviously the numbers don't lie. Yet he bounced back in an incredible way against Tampa Bay. Now, if you're a baseball fan, you're probably saying, well, Tampa Bay is one of the worst swing and miss teams in all Major League Baseball. True, but give credit where credit is due, because these hitters, if you go back and watch the highlights, and I'll try to put a link in the description below to every strikeout, the arm angle doesn't change with Chris Sale. And yet guys are looking fastball when it's a slider, and they're looking curve when it's changeup, and they're looking slider when it's fastball. It seems like every Tampa Bay Rays hitter was guessing last night. But it's not even just Tampa Bay. It's almost every team aside from his last start with Cleveland, where a lot of these hitters are guessing, and they're not able to pick up anything that Chris Sale was throwing. Here's some of the numbers for him. Last night, 8 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts. He has 10 or more strikeouts in 15 games started. The Boston record, once again, Pedro Martinez, 19 games started. 2.57 ERA, 0.88 whip on the season. His first pitch strikes against Tampa Bay, 20 of 28. Incredible. So in the Cy Young race between these two, there's always going to be the there's always going to be more praise given for awards like these in how many statistical categories one leads over the other. So the fact that Chris Sale leads not only Corey Kluber, but also Major League Baseball in wins with 14, strikeouts with 229, and ERA, he's already, again, on top of many leaderboards for the American League Cy Young. Is that fair for Corey Kluber? Unfortunately, as Bruce Almighty would say, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But the great thing is, if the season did end today once again, Corey Kluber, Chris Sale would be going up against one another. And this is where I'm going to sign off. I do believe that Chris Sale, if he keeps this up, will win the Cy Young Award. And Dave Dombrowski will look like a genius for trading away, granted some of the future, to win right now. Because that is what the Red Sox need. And they are doing it in big ways behind the big lefty in Chris Sale. So let me know your thoughts. Who do you have for the American League Cy Young? Get at me in the comments section below. Tweet me at Rick Strom and subscribe to TYT Sports.